Welcome back to another YouTube video, guys. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about one of the most important lessons that I have learned and has really just stuck with me with business. And it's just something that has really helped me persevere a lot of my problems with business and really shape the person that I am today. Now, if I were to have to pick, I could pick many. Like, there's many important stuff that business has taught me or talking with very successful people, but when it comes to the most important thing personally that I've learned is knowledge. Now, knowledge can be perceived in many different ways. You can perceive it as reading a book, you're getting knowledge. You can perceive it as going to school, you're getting knowledge. You can teach it yourself, teach something yourself, learn how to do something, that's knowledge. Knowledge can be perceived in many different variations in life. The knowledge that I'm talking about is just general knowledge. Whether you get knowledge from reading a book, whether you get knowledge from going to school and actually learning something, whether you get knowledge from running a business and learning through your mistakes or learning through other people's mistakes. The reason I say knowledge is, well, number one, every single successful person that I've talked with or my clients, they're all like multimillionaires, right? They don't just have 1 million or 2 million, like they have quite a bit of money. They're very successful and they know what they're doing in their spaces. Every single one of them that I have talked with, they say that knowledge is key. Without knowledge, you can't achieve anything. And they even said that you could lose everything, right? Lose your money, lose your assets, everything. But if you have knowledge, nobody can ever take that knowledge away from you. It's always going to be in your brain. And if you have knowledge and you're a very knowledgeable person, you'll know how to get back up and then regain your money, regain your assets, and completely start a new business again. Now, many of you guys might think that knowledge through school, it's useless knowledge, right? It's because it's a very controversial topic. A lot of people say drop out of school isn't important, right? Now, to a certain extent, there's beliefs of that I believe, and then there's certain beliefs that I don't believe. I'll explain all of those in a different video, but for this video, I do believe school in a way actually does help you. Now, what I mean by that is, number one, let's just say you're learning a completely useless topic, right? Like, it's just something you're never going to learn in life, you're never going to use, right? If you have you know what you're doing, you have a business and you don't need all of that knowledge, right? And you know what you're doing, go ahead and do that. Like, you don't need to spend time in that classroom when you already know what you're doing, and if you spend time on running that business, you'll make more money, right? Obviously, you don't need to sit in that classroom. Now, if you're someone beginning, what I will say is, especially those people that do start off, middle school, going into high school, learning those topics, yes, it's completely useless. But what actually it teaches you is it teaches you how to, number one, remember stuff. That's for tests. So you're going to have an easier time remembering stuff when it comes to learning stuff that you're actually going to use. It's just perceiving, doing research, how to do research properly, how to find stuff. It's just all of those little skills add on top of each other. It's just that's what those classes do. Yes, you're completely using and learning completely useless stuff, but if you know how to actually properly study, guess what? If you then go and read a book about something business related or something that you're going to actually use, you're going to know how to interpret that knowledge in the book, and you're going to actually know how to remember it. With school also, you have your core subjects. You have math, you have English, yada yada. I will say the number one subject that has really helped me, if I were to have to pick through high school, and if I can't pick, any electives that I've chose, if I had to pick a specific core class, I'd probably say it would be English. Now, the reason that I would say and choose English, for example, is, well, number one, it has taught me so many ways of just writing an essay, writing emails, just basic writing skill knowledge that I use to this day. Number two is I've learned just how to interpret knowledge better, especially when I would do research papers or I would do any paper. It's just I learned how to interpret knowledge better and actually put it inside my brain and remember it. Or whether that be speeches. If now, let's say for my business, there's obviously you going out and pitching services and talking with people. That's exactly what speech class is for. If you ever took a speech class or you're in a speech class and it's just practicing writing something and speaking it out to the class and remembering it and actually public speaking, that is one of the most important skills because you're going to use it in everyday life, even just ordering a coffee. There's people that struggle to order a coffee just because they always stutter. They don't know what to properly say because they're not used to public speaking. Now imagine if you're great at public speaking, you might not know what you're doing, right? You might not know absolutely anything about cameras, but if you know how to speak and sell yourself properly, you can go out and just sell your service and people will buy from you only because you sound confident and it looks like you actually know what you're talking about. Compared to that person that might know a lot about cameras, but he doesn't know how to present himself properly. He doesn't know how to go out and actually show that person that he knows what he's doing. And because of that, I don't think he's going to go anywhere far in life just because of just because he's missing that one skill. Now, putting school to the side, let's just take books for example. Reading books, I feel like, is one of the biggest things that actually helps people gain knowledge in a lot of topics. Now, yes, I know in today's world, there's YouTube, there's many different ways that you can get your knowledge from. But there's many books that if you actually sit down and read, whether it's financial books, whether it's books to help you be more productive, there's so many books out there that has so much knowledge just packed into that book. You sitting down and reading that for like a month, you're gonna learn so much stuff that it just people neglect it because they're like, oh, books are important, I can just look it up on YouTube, blah 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 blah. Let's just say you sit down, you read this book, and you actually interpret, and if you're actually able to interpret all of that knowledge and put it inside your brain, and then once you finish reading the book, use that knowledge and actually use it, actually remember what that book said, remember what to do, and then put it into use, I guarantee you most of the problems that you have would probably be fixed. And then the third thing that I would say about knowledge, and again, there's many ways to gain knowledge, but the third most important way that I've gained it, and I think it's an amazing way to gain knowledge and become more knowledgeable, is just going out and talking with people. Whether that's, I don't know, going out, let's say you're in college or high school, going out and just making new friends and talking with them. Taking a specific class, let's say like a philosophy class, you're gonna have so many different viewpoints coming out from other people that it's gonna really make you think, be like, oh, that's actually, I never thought of that, you know. It's gonna really make you, it's gonna get you thinking. And I think philosophy is a great class to take, especially in college. If you ever get the chance to take any philosophy class, it's really gonna get you thinking, and I feel it's gonna open up your mind to so many new possibilities, so many new just ideas to you. And then on the topic of speaking with people, also just going out and just conversating with random people is, let's say for example, I'm going to give myself as an example, but you can apply this to absolutely any situation. Is I'm a person, you know, I like cars, I like going to car meets. Let's say, you know, I have some question about just whether it's business or whatever it is, and I go up to this dude, he has like a $2 million car, you know, I start hitting a conversation with him, I talk about the car, and then I bring up all my question, be like, yo, I had this question, I don't know if you might, you know anything about this, as you know, you're a pretty successful person. I guarantee you, if he doesn't have the answer to your question, he will probably know someone that has that answer, and he's either gonna, like, you know, refer you to him, be like, oh yeah, I can give you his number, or he's gonna be like, yo, let me just call him real quick and I can find out for you. And I guarantee you, you're gonna find out your answer, and that is probably like an answer that might triple your revenue, right? It's just simple stuff like that that tweaks into whether you want to tweak something in your productivity, how to become more productive, whether it's to tweak something in your business, whatever it is. Just conversating with people every single day, you're just going to start learning new and new stuff. And if you remember that stuff and actually put it into use every single day, you're going to become way more productive. You're going to become way more smart in your field. You're going to start getting new ideas from other people, implementing those. And it's just going to improve your life so much, whether that's financially or just mentally. Just talking with people is also a nice way to just give out stress. Like if you had any stress, just go out, talk with people, and you'll realize how fast that stress goes away. So if you were to take one thing away from this video, is I want you to chase knowledge. I want you right now, after this video finishes, I want you to either pick up a book, go out and talk with people, just go out, whether it's with your friends. I would encourage you to try and meet new strangers. I would encourage you to go and talk with other people that you don't usually talk with. Get out of your comfort zone. So either read a book, go out and talk with strangers, or just actually try and sit down and learn something in school, right? Even if it's something useless, just try to actually, you know, write that essay, or try to actually learn how to interpret that knowledge, how to remember that knowledge for longer. I guarantee you, if you just take one step at a time and start doing all of those three things, little by little, you're going to start becoming way more knowledgeable, and you'll just see how your life starts improving. You won't have as much problems because you're not as confused on all of those topics. You're going to start not struggling in life. Obviously, there's going to be struggles, there's going to be problems, there's going to be stress, there's going to be all of that in life. But I will tell you, if you start chasing that knowledge, your life is going to improve tremendously. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found this useful, and I really hope that you guys go and chase out knowledge, because I'll tell you one thing. Knowledge is the key to success. That is one quote that I live by. If you chase knowledge, success will find you no matter what. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.